Mecon Music TV. It's back again. Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome to Mecon Music TV. The channel where I like to host music discussions, essentially, and trying to rev it up again. Bring it back because I realized there's nothing I'm as passionate I'm most passionate when I'm talking about music, kind of over anything. I've realized, to be honest, it's kind of how I really connect and bond with people. I could spend hours in record stores, even if I buy something like just like a couple CDs, right? I can still spend hours just looking. You know what I mean? Love me, just talking about it, just lights me up, like nothing else really does. There are a couple other things, but music music's just kind of that shit. So therefore, your boy is trying to get on some more. I do have a desire to do something like bigger than just these little discussion videos. Man, wouldn't it be cool to have something to do something on the platform of like academics, or like the Joe Budden podcast, right? Like, man, that'd be sick. But to be fair, academics, I'm kind of doing the same thing he does. I just don't show fucking gifs throughout the entirety of the video. Which that's not a bad. That's actually probably better than looking at a blank screen. In all fairness, I'm not shitting on academics' content. It's actually I used to watch him. Kind of like a cornball now, isn't he? Right? I don't know, but regardless, I won't. I should probably get into the actual topic. Talk about this another time, dude. I want to talk about Eminem. This channel is pretty much all Kanye West and Eminem discussion. A lot of that, right? I need to diversify. But there is a discussion I really want to have though that I've been curious about. As you can see, there is a picture of the game and Eminem. That's because the game has been igniting a beef with him. That's not necessarily what I want to delve in. I'm not going to talk about it, but that's not like the main point that I want to get into. I think the main point, I guess, is what's going on with all this Eminem hate. I feel like it's been a rise, and I've seen it more now than I have ever before on TikTok, Twitter, and quite frankly, I don't know. I don't like take issue with it because obviously people are allowed to like whatever they like. You can hear my cats fighting in the background. Now, obviously, this is coming from an Eminem fan, but I'm not a stan. All right, I understand. I'm not one of those. You go to the comments of Eminem videos and you see my top three rappers: Slim Shady, Eminem, and Marshall Mathers, and B Rabbit, and the white guy from D12. Like I'm not one of those people. I promise. I respect people who don't have M in their top 10. I get it. Everyone has different tastes. Uh, Obviously, I do think there is some, but there's a line though. Right? Like obviously, I respect people's opinions, but there are some people who are just like so hateful, and I feel kind of I don't know. I feel like a lot of people have a hate boner for Eminem. Like they like regardless of what he does, people just aren't gonna like it. There's definitely a subset of people who just hate on him, just to hate on him at this point. And of course, there you can derive actual criticisms from his recent discography, which is completely fair. I even agree on certain things, to be honest with you. But this relentless hate wave, I think personally, it's getting a little absurd. A lot of people are kind of two faced. They'll turn a blind eye to one of their favorite artists' corny quote lyrics, but then they'll shit on Eminem for saying whatever various lines that they like to shit on M for. Yeah, I want to discuss that a little bit. So I'd say it's definitely started somewhere, probably around it really revved up with Revival. Okay, let's kind of take it back to that. Or if you want to go even before, um, when I started to personally notice it a lot was after that BET cipher. That's an awfully hot coffee pot. Should I dump it on Donald Trump? Probably not. Right? A lot of people didn't like that line. Which, for the record, can I just say, I don't understand how that it was that bad. Like, sure, it could have had a better start. It's not. I'm not saying that's a fucking S tier bar or line, but maybe because I'm a fan. I just don't understand. I don't get what's. I just think it's a little funny, to be honest with you. That's a lot of M's. I know that wasn't a comedic verse at all, but I don't know. I interpreted it kind of just like in a funny, joking manner, type way. So that's when I started seeing her, right? And then he dropped Revival. It didn't get good critical reception, or didn't get good. Generally, most hip hop fans who weren't stans didn't seem to think it was that great. Personally, I do rate it lower in his discography, one of his bottom albums, but I still don't think it's bad, and I will defend it. And yes, I know who you're now. Yes, this is an Eminem fan's perspective. Okay, yes, it. I guess you could say it is biased. Everyone's opinion is everyone's biased, right? That's what an opinion is. It's your own personal take on something, and I'm just bringing my personal perception and opinions for a discussion, because I think it's an interesting conversation. So that's that, right? And it's only been revving up since then, and I'm starting to wonder, is it genuine criticism, or do people have people are people just used to shitting on him, so they just like to join the fucking crowd because that's what's popular. It's just dogging on Eminem, right? And like I said, there's that line between legitimate criticism and people who just don't feel his music that much, which is completely cool. Next, and then on the other side, it's the people who hop on it for the trend because they know Eminem's name will get them attention, it'll get them likes, it'll draw eyes because, well, he's the biggest rapper. It makes him a very easy target, right? So for a while, it was just criticism just from people online and critics, and it's like, who gives a fuck what whatever, right? At the end of the day, it's just people's opinions. Then I feel like it started to switch up a little when Snoop Dogg came out and talked about how not just Snoop. There was oh man, why am I blinking on his name? Lord Jamar. Yeah, Lord Jamar and Snoop Dogg kind of around the same time. They were saying things. Well, it was Lord Jamar who was saying, like, no one plays Eminem in the hood, no one plays Eminem in the streets, no one. He was just saying all this kind of shit, just shitting on him, and whatever. Lord Jamar doesn't like Eminem, whatever. That's fine. Not every rapper's gonna like every other rapper. And then Snoop came out and he made a comment about how wasn't really in his top 10, which is fine. Again, completely cool. But it was when he made the comment that he's something to the effect of, like, I can live without that shit. And that's what incited Eminem to throw shots on him on Zeus. On Music to Be Murdered By Side B. Threw a few shots at him. Then, well, of course, they eventually, they squashed it. They got to the end of their problems. I don't know, what discussions they had, because that's obviously private. But, they ended up doing the Super Bowl. They've posted pictures together. Snoop has said that they're cool. M himself said that Snoop was cool on the Killer remix with Jack Harlow and Corday. So, whatever. That's all good, right? But that's what opened a lot of discussions, and that's what started to ramp this up even further. And I guess I wasn't aware, personally, to be honest, that so many people were, like, anti-Eminem. I thought I was just like these mini. I thought I was just viewing local, vocal minorities, on Twitter, because that's when I would see all this shit, this shitting on him. So I'm like, okay, I see a lot more people. I'm like, man, this sucks to see. I mean, I know not everyone relates to him or finds him to be the best, um, but I'm like, this some of this hate seems unjustified. Like, people started, grabbing his lines. Like, these are two separate discussions. I guess I'll finish the discussion with what's going on with this beef with other rappers right now. So that happened, and I'm sure other rappers have chimed in and gave their 2 cents. I don't keep up with everyone. And the game recently, there was Nick Cannon. There was Nick Cannon, who I believe he made like several, like more than 3 like diss tracks on Eminem. Eminem, the only response he gave, I think he threw a couple lines in on that. What was that song he did with Fat Joe and Dre? That on that Family Ties album. For some reason, I'm blanking on the name of the song, but it's a song with Fat Joe and Dre. It's fucking. I'm looking it up. It doesn't matter. You know the song I'm talking about. He dressed him, I believe, on the song with Royce on You Gonna Learn. I think he threw a couple little jabs on him. So that's all that it took for Nick Cannon to go ham on him. Several diss tracks. So that happened, right? And he eventually gave that up because I just wasn't responding because it was just some dumb petty shit. And recently, the game has been gearing up towards. By the way, notice how all of these attacks and disses on him have been unprovoked. He loves and respects these people. He was probably really surprised for Snoop to come out and say that. That's probably why he was probably a little hurt at first. And now he's probably wondering what's going on with the game, because I'm sure him and the game were cool before, or maybe they weren't. Maybe that's why game started going at him. Maybe something happened privately. But regardless, as far as I know, there's never been any real beef between the game and them. So that shit started happening very recently. Game started coming out, saying how I'm a better rapper than Eminem. I don't, and that's cool. I believe every rapper you should think they're the best. I think the game should think he's better than Eminem. Likewise, as Eminem should think he's better than the game. I mean, it's hip hop. It's a competitive field, and you want to say you're the best. You want to proclaim you're the best. And but the issue is when you just start dissing. I personally feel like is when you just start just dissing and dogging on people. Like, you can think you're the best, but I mean, if there's no like real beef, like I don't see the reason in disrespecting your peers. And once again, unprovoked. But the he's been kind of he's always been a beef kind of guy. He's always been a provocateur, right? He's always enjoyed starting shit, which I guess that's just that's just what he does, which is I guess it's fine, whatever, right? But he's been wilding a little bit. I know he's dropping an album soon. He probably wants promotion. That's probably what it is, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't have any real quandaries. Is that the right word? Let me look it up. No, not quandaries. There's another word. Like it's like there's a phrase that involves the word quandary that I'm trying to think of. Maybe the quandary is right. Anyways, I'm trying to speak proper. I'm trying to bring on my my thesaurus. Sometimes I have a lisp when I say words with th in them. I just accidentally lisp for a second. Anyways, I know because the game he was on Drink Champs, he made a comment paraphrasing. Kanye West has done more for me in the past 2 weeks than Dre has done like my entire career. And that's a pretty fucking big like, whoa, not like now we're kind of shitting on Dre a little bit. It's like, whoa, maybe it wasn't out of disrespect. Maybe he was just being objectively honest in what he's noticed. But it's like he seems to be going against that kind of Aftermath group. He's talking shit about Eminem and Dre. You know, something he seems to have an issue with that shady aftermath type of camp. God, him and 50. I know they used to be close. They're still beefing, right? Like they're still not cool with each other. Fuck, I don't know. Maybe I should have done more research. This is more of just like a rambly discussion type video. You know what I'm saying? It'd be easier if I was talking with someone who kind of knew their either had my level of knowledge or knew their shit a little more. But so that's what's been going on, right? And what I think it is, a lot of people think this too. I think it's really just because Eminem's name brings up attention, right? Eminem's name. I mean, he's the most popular rapper and the best selling. I mean, it makes sense, I suppose, but it's like, man, like what? I feel like it's just kind of fucked up just to kind of use your peers and shitting on them, just as a way to promote your own, your own shit. Because again, this happened as Raida's game is, he's about to drop an album. I think it's like Drillmatic, right? I don't fucking know. He retired. I mean, never knew he's gonna come back. No rapper really retires. I know Joe Budden has stayed consistent with that, even though I wish he wouldn't. He's like the one rapper I wish who would break that. Cause I think Joe Budden's a good rapper personally. I think he gets a lot of shit. Well, his music does anyways. Hold up. Yeah, but yeah, regardless, sorry, there's a mic issue. So yeah, I think what's going on, I think it's people just essentially wanting to grab attention, make sure people check out their albums, check out what they have going on. Which at the end of the day, I mean, look, I'm not a rapper, okay? I don't know any of these guys. I don't know any of these guys' relationship. This is all just from a fan's outsider perspective, all right? What do I know? But my opinion is that that's what it seems to be, and that seems a little fucked up. But maybe they're all cool with each other behind the scenes. Maybe, but that leads me to my general discussion of why are people hating on Eminem? Like, why have fans seem to a lot of hip hop fans seem to turn on him recently? A lot of what they point to is his lyrics. As you can see, the image I put right here, at the crib playing Fortnite with your grandma, right? People, and I understand. Look, not every rapper is gonna have a flawless catalog, right? No matter what, no matter the greatest rapper alive, whoever you consider, they're gonna have some throwaway lines. Someone's like, what that's part of it, right? But people really like to. I think people really like to just cherry pick Eminem's lines and just forget about other artists. Lines that are on a similar level. Like I said, it started with probably the that's a awfully hot coffee pot, and then Revival dropped a no heat. There was that infamous line, girl, your booty's heavy duty like diarrhea, which people gave him so much shit for that, and I was always so confused because I was like, that was clearly a joking line. And then he went on Crook's Corner to do an interview, and he directly addressed that line. He made the exact same point that I was trying to make, and I'm like, fucking obvious, I understood, if it wasn't serious, bro. It was just like a goofy ass dumb line, on purpose. It's like that was the entire point, and if that's not your thing, that's completely cool. But you can't. I don't think it's fair to just take that line out of context. Be like, look at this line. It's such a bad line. It's like it makes context in the song. He was. I mean, have you heard the song? Remind me. It's not some serious look into his past and trauma. It's not some deep ass shit. It's literally just some party ass song about fucking obviously a girl who has a booty like diarrhea. It's not a profound, deep, emotional song. Like it's just him having fun fucking around on the track. Like it's really not that serious. But then people are gonna ignore uh all the, Wayne has probably so many similar bars like this. It's like Wayne is known for having goofy ass lines, and that's not a bad thing. I love those kind of lines, because if this was M's entire catalog, it were lines like this, and that'd be different. But it's like people are cherry picking from an entire song, an entire album that, you know that does have more profound lyrics and more complex rhyme schemes, and you know what I mean, like, so, bars with layers and depth. It's People are just cherry picking, I guess, just because it gets them it gets some likes, it gets people to comment on their posts, because that's just what gets attention, is shitting on Eminem. That's my perspective. You know what I mean? I've just seen a lot of hip hop communities online. They always delve into the same exact talking points, the same exact lines whenever it comes to a conversation about this. It's always, oh, but he said booty heavy duty and Fortnite with your grandma. It's I view it as something like the at the crib playing Fortnite with your grandma, for example. I be To me, it just seems just like a lyrical exercise for fun, because he starts a verse with, bitch I can make orange rhyme with banana, or nana eating pork rind, sword fighting in pajamas at the crib playing Fortnite with your grandma. Like it all connects and rhymes. It's just like the subject matter, like, that's goofy. That's kind of on purpose. That's also the kind of the whole entire point of tone deaf, by the way. It's like, do people even understand the context of the fucking lines? I mean, hey, it's as relevant as ever. Jay-Z said it. I can't even recite lines properly. Do you fools just listen to music, or do you just skim through it? I probably fucked up a couple words, but that's the line, right? Like, do you even like understand like the context of the song? Do you listen to the entire song? I don't understand. It's like people will praise Lil Wayne for a bar like real G's moving sounds like lasagna, which, by the way, of course, great line. But I guarantee you, if Eminem said that shit, people would be like, "Are you serious? This is the corniest shit ever." I don't know. People just seem to be biased. And that goes back to my point earlier. I'm sure everyone is, but I feel like it's like an unfair level at this point with what I'm seeing here. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's really it. I was talking with a coworker the other day. It was actually the specific line that he brought up. That's kind of why I put it there in the middle. He goes like, "Oh, Eminem went from rapping about, like killing his ex-wife, his wife Kim, and murdering her and dragging her body across. Then he went from that to rapping about Fortnite. It's like, well, sure, you're just cherry picking a moment from that album and connecting to a cherry picked line from where he is now. I could go find a line on the Marshall Mathers LP that's probably as just like silly as goof. I mean, I know this isn't M's verse, but look up Azar on Amityville. Like, are you? To be fair, people do shit on that verse. Actually, you know what? My point. I go back to my point. Um, but yeah. By the way, for the record, I don't think Amityville. I kind of, obviously it's weird as fuck, but I don't. I understand Bizarre's verse. Like I understand by that. I mean, like, I get it's supposed to be like shocking and whatever. That's a different conversation. I mean, it's fucked up, but Jesus. Like, I understand why people don't like that verse, to be fair. But anyways, I could go find a line from the Marshall Mathers LP that's probably, on the level of this, but people just want to. And besides, it's like, I mean, what do you want for him to stop to keep rapping up that? Like, did you listen to what was the one he did with Ex Ambassadors? Bad Husband, right? Isn't that what it was called? I'm gonna make sure. Gotta confirm. Yeah, bad husband, ex ambassadors. It's like, yeah, he's grown up, he's matured. You know what I mean? He's not gonna, he can't spend his whole career rapping about the same shit. Over and over again. Which, to be fair, I feel like sometimes he does lately. He has been tending to, um, go over like the same topics in his recent songs and features. That is a again. I'm not anti Eminem. Like, I understand. That there are legitimately criticisms to be made. I do think his subject matter has been a bit repetitive lately. I'm not a fan of like the fast flow when it doesn't need to be there, when he just like throws it in the last like 30 seconds. I'll be honest, I'm not a stan, right? I understand, but at the same time, I really do feel like people are just cherry picking, lines, specific. Seemed like a crock of shit to me. Like, at the end of the day, I'm just an Eminem fan, okay? Maybe take my perspective. I don't think he's like the greatest rapper of all. I mean, he might be my personal favorite. I'm not sure. That's a discussion that I need to have with myself. Like, I obviously he's in my, without a doubt, he's in my like my top three. You know what I mean? I used to consider him my number one of all time, but I mean, there might be a couple people that are close to that level. I'm not sure. Like, maybe Hove or Jay-Z. Maybe, I don't know. That's a separate discussion. But regardless, people just aren't open enough. I think people are just following just the hate train. That's my perspective. Let me know what you think. Yeah. I'm 100% going to do more with this. I want to elevate this. You know what I mean? And I say that, and I'm serious this time. So I know I made a video about the Kanye and Pete shit a while ago. So, hey, we're moving up there. So let me know what you think. Oh, yeah, there is a line that... That's not to say some of his lines don't deserve to get shit, by the way. Let me be clear. It's fun for me just to grab a boob. I did think that freestyle like was fun just for like the just for like the goofy ass like lyrical kind of exercise type stuff. Like, the bars themselves, quite a few of the bars, like that whole, like, the it's fun for me just to grab a boob, in the following lines. What was it? Like, it's fun for me just to grab, because my penis got an attitude. It's, I don't know. I can completely agree on that one. You know what I mean? But regardless, I've spoken my piece for now, and yeah, let me know what you think. Thank you for watching, and peace.